Hello and welcome to a WowPow video review of the Willcom D4, which is made by Sharp and only sold in Japan. The D4 is billed as the smallest UMPC running a full atom chipset as well as Vista. Besides its small size and 480 gram weight, its most distinctive feature is the slide and tilt keyboard. With its 1.33 GHz Atom CPU, the Sharp D4 is comparable to that of the Sony UX series. As seen here, we're comparing the Sharp D4 with the Sony UX92. You can see that they're relatively similar in size, with the D4 slightly longer, but also thinner. Also, the D4 weighs about 50 grams less. The D4's sliding and tilting keyboard makes it much more usable when sitting compared to the UX92. While the UX90 is made in Japan and the D4 is made in China, the fit and finish of both computers are excellent. Because of their small size and unique designs, both computers cannot be upgraded and come standard with 40 GB hard disks and 1 GB of memory. While priced higher, the UX92 does come with a faster Centrino CPU. Let's take a closer look at the D4's sliding and tilting keyboard. It easily slides into a tablet and then slides back into a mini note. The 15mm pitch keyboard is fine for hunt and peck typers, but touch typists are going to take some time to get used to it. Sharp is known for their LCDs, and the D4 is no exception with its beautiful 1024x600 LED backlit screen. Let's take a look at what is included with the D4. First up is the neoprene case. Because you're not going to be able to find a case for this on the open market, Sharp has included a very well designed and very well made case for the D4. It's quite protective. Next up is the AC adapter. It's 100 to 240 volts, so it'll work worldwide. You'll just need to change your plug shape adapter. The female jack is very small, so it's unlikely that you'll be able to find a similar one again on the open market. Next up are the included earbuds with integrated mic. The earbuds sound fine, but they have a 3G style jack, so you'd have to have an adapter to use your own earbuds. Since the D4 is currently only available in Japan, the manuals are only in Japanese. It also comes standard with Vista Home Premium. The sliding mechanism on the D4 is not spring-loaded, but you can pull it out and it locks into place. The hinges are sturdy so that you can position the screen in a comfortable angle. The keys of the keyboard are relatively flat and they feel good. However, the keys have very short travel and require an unnatural amount of pressure to activate them, making it uncomfortable to type on. Let's take a closer look at the D4's hardware. First up is the port replicator slot. Next to that is the mini USB port. You have to have a special USB host cable supplied either by Sharp or Connex.net. A standard USB host cable will not work. Next to that is the hold button so that the screen will not be activated when you touch it. Looking to the right side of the computer, first up is the 1-seg digital TV antenna. This only works in Japan. It will not work in any other country. Next to that is the stylus slot. It has a collapsible stylus. Moving to the top of the computer, you have our hotkeys, and the first key up is the camera shutter button. Pressing this will turn the camera on. The software is only in Japanese, but it's icon-based, so it's easy to use. Next is the screen rotation button. Push this and the screen will rotate. The power key, and then next to that is the integrated headset and mic port. To the right of the headset port are the cooling vents, and then to the right of that, if you pull the flap down, you can access the AC adapter port. You can see that the AC adapter port is quite small. Moving to the left side of the computer, first up is the WSIM slot port. The WSIM system only works in Japan, and it cannot be adapted in any way to work with 3G. Next to that, we have our integrated micro SD card slot. Moving to the back of the computer, you have to slide the keyboard out to access the 2 megapixel still shot and full motion video camera. Accessing the battery from the back of the computer, the 960 milliamp battery is rated at 3 hours, but reality is closer to 1 to 1.5. Here's a closer look at the USB host cable that was given to us by Connex.net. It would have been better if the D4 had been equipped with a standard-sized USB port. Next up is the optional port replicator. It has the ability to charge batteries either externally or internally. With the port replicator, you get a standard headphone jack, you get an RGB out, you get a LAN, and you get 4 standard USB 2.0 ports. It's too bad that the port replicator is not standard equipment, as the D4 became a much more productive computer when using it. With an external screen, keyboard, and mouse, the D4 works surprisingly well as a desktop replacement. The handy integrated rotation button worked quite well, and the rotation was much faster than expected. With Vista Home Premium's writing recognition and tablet software, it was handy to enter data when switching between portrait and landscape modes. Sharp has done a great job by seamlessly integrating the touchpad into the right side screen's bezel. It even lights up when you touch it. On the left side of the bezel, you have the integrated mouse buttons for right and left click. This is one of the best setups I've used on a UMPC, as using your thumb as a mouse and the right and left click button were very natural and easy to use. You'll notice that there are very few buttons on the Sharp's smooth chassis. That is because I use a function key to turn on many of the devices. By hitting the function key and one of the keys with a blue icon, you can turn on the Bluetooth, the Wi-Fi, change the screen brightness, as well as enter standby mode. All in all, we wanted to like the D4 more, as we loved its size and lightweight. The mini tablet worked great, the best so far we've seen, and its screen was beautiful. However, its shortcomings were hard to overlook. Its battery life was way too short, and you must have the large battery to be productive, and the keyboard required too much effort to push the keys to feel natural. Thank you for watching.